Hello and welcome to the 46th episode of Fresh Off the Reel. My name is Lib.
And my name is the 26th annual Pat.
26th?
26, that's my age.
Oh.
It's topical because today we're talking about the 95th annual Academy Awards. Ooh.
Woo! A couple nights ago, more like last week.
A couple of nights isn't too inaccurate. It was on Sunday.
Yeah, it was on Sunday. We're recording this on Wednesday, so yay. Oh,
We had some time to digest the show, come to terms with the winners and losers of the event. If you watched our previous episode, the bonus about our predictions, or follow us on Twitter, you probably already know how we feel. But yeah, it's Oscars time, baby.
all right. So let's just get straight into it. First things first, just like the show as a whole was actually pretty good this year. They didn't fuck up like last year. It was actually really funny. The jokes were good.
Yeah,
Everything was good.
they did this thing right where instead of stopping the show at a fucking halt after every award to get a unfunny comedian to tell an unfunny joke, or to have some kind of pseudo skit. I'm looking at you, Amy Schumer. They just kind
Wanda
of
Sykes.
focused, and they just focused on the awards. They gave out the awards. They told jokes, kind of, but like overall, they really did like just stick to telling awards, and like the jokes were woven into a way that like they didn't like stop to tell jokes. They just told jokes as they were speaking naturally, and overall the show flowed just very well. It was entertaining. It was a fun watch.
Yeah, the host was Jimmy Kimmel. He was actually a really good host. He did do like one like kind of skit joke thing, like where he went into the crowd and spoke to a few people. But
Yeah, that was like one, and
that was
honestly,
fine.
like it didn't last too long. It kind of tied into the cocaine bear skit, which again wasn't too long, and again like they had cocaine bear up there to give out an award, so it's kind of woven in there pretty well, I think.
Yeah, it felt like an older style Oscars. It felt like a '90s Oscars. Like it was literally just the awards and the performances for best original song, and then that was it. Like they did the awards, they did the performances. There was a couple of jokes. The host did a few like jokes at the beginning, jokes at the end, jokes in the middle, and that's it. And it was good. It was really good. It was a fun watch. I set up a drinking game for myself because I thought it was gonna be a really dumb show like last year. I barely drank. Like it was great.
Yeah, we just drank casually, like we just having a night with the guys. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I was expecting to get shit faced because of how cringe the show would have been, but I there was only like two or three cringe moments, and I can't even remember what they were.
Yeah, and there were definitely some moments where we're like, ah, okay, like
There was
it's
one.
it's it's the Oscars.
There was one that I remember. It was Margot Robbie and Morgan Freeman were were up on the stage and they were talking. I can't remember what they were talking about, but they were just cut off by a commercial break in the middle of
Yeah,
speaking.
that was weird, and they didn't even like. I don't remember what award was shown when that happened, but they did give out an award. Like during that commercial break, an award was given.
Yeah, I can't remember which one, but yeah, it was so weird. It felt unnatural. And then what was even weirder was during the commercials. One of my friends pointed this out. During the commercials, there was like one or two frames that were of the Oscars, and then it cut back to the commercial. Like, what the hell happened?
But weird technical difficulties are kind of normal for the Oscars too.
Yeah, it's a 4 hour long live show.
Which of course they made a joke about because every Oscars needs the obligatory "Wow, this award show is too long" joke, but do nothing to make it shorter. That's
the
just tradition at this point.
the best thing about this year is that they learned their mistake from last year. They put all of the awards in the actual show. They didn't do like last year where they moved some awards to be announced during the red carpet event, which was really stupid because one of the things they put there was film editing, which is a terrible award to put at the red carpet event, a show that no one really watches. We watched it this year.
Yeah, we watched it this year because we thought that they would do something like last year.
If that was the plan, they succeeded, but they're all idiots.
Yeah, and the red carpet. Like we could touch on the red carpet a little bit because we did watch it and it was fun. I think that really is just the celebrity gossip hour. We just kind of get to see all the celebrities walk in their fancy outfits.
Yeah, the
Mm.
outfits were pretty cool this year. All the dresses had like these wing parts that attached to like the wrists that looked like they had wings. Like almost everybody had that. I don't know what I don't know. I didn't watch the Met Gala this year. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. I don't really care about like celebrity gossip. I'm not the kind of person that reads up on celebrity gossip and like on like those blog websites and all that. But it was fun watching the red carpet show, seeing like it was basically just the three hosts were basically just like interviewing the celebrities as they walked into the theater. They interviewed Ki Hoi Kwan, my
My
boy,
boy, my goat, my king, my Chad.
and he was just like talking about how happy he was to be there. He brought his wife, which is adorable. It's amazing.
Yeah. They interviewed Jamie Lee Curtis, which is always fun because Jamie Lee Curtis is the best.
This was Jamie
She
Lee Curtis's first Oscar nominee.
is it her first nominee like ever?
First nominee and win. Yeah. But speaking of winners, let's get into the show.
Yeah, there was a couple. There was a couple of those, right? A couple of winners.
Yeah, there was to be exact 23 of them. So let's go through them. So the first award that they announced was the award for best animated picture.
Yep. So like just for some context, we watched this. We had a little watch party at my place with a couple friends. One of our friends, Mr. Toon Man, he's been on the show. Really happy with this win. The first award went to Pinocchio.
Yep, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I'm not sure if I agree with that. My prediction was Puss in Boots.
It's not my pick, but I don't. I wouldn't argue with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with it either. Like the movie was really good.
That's like a trend I think with this year's Oscars in general. Is I mean I got a lot of happy wins. Like a lot of my predictions were ended up being true, and a lot of wins I'm happy about. But I don't think there's a single award that was given that I was straight up like, no, this doesn't deserve it. Something was snuffed. Like I think every award was deserved.
Yeah, I think so too. The closest it gets to being that is this award for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I think the best movie on this list is Puss in Boots, but I did not see Puss in Boots winning at the Oscars. It's just not an Oscars movie. That's why I thought Marcel the Shell's with Shoes On would win. But hey, Pinocchio is another Academy movie, so I can see it. I'm not gonna argue.
I find it weird that they started with best animated feature film though.
Yeah,
I don't know why that was the opening. The Academy for the what how many are we? 95. The Academy for the 95th year in a row goes to show that they don't care about animated movies.
hey, but Guillermo del Toro did make a beautiful speech on that. So
He
you know what?
did.
Maybe 96 it'll get some respect because animated movies are cinema.
Later this year, Cross the Spider-Verse is coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited, but also we got some news recently that has me a little worried. But anyway,
What was it?
they confirmed a love triangle for this movie as a subplot.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, they
Yeah,
said they said that it's gonna be a romance between Miles and Gwen. They
which is fine.
confirmed it.
I don't mind a slow burn romance between Miles and Gwen. I mind a love triangle being shoved in there haphazardly because I don't think I've ever seen a love triangle that was written well.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
I stand by what I said.
No, yeah, it wasn't written well. I'm not saying Spider-Man 3 was written well. Spider-Man 3 is terrible. The fucking Peter, Gwen, and MJ, that was terrible. That was so stupid.
And we're doing it again. Let's hope it's
Yeah.
better this time.
All right, moving
Anyway,
on.
moving on because that's not what this is about.
The next award given out, they actually did these at the same time, so they gave out best supporting actor and best supporting actress. So the winner for best supporting actor was Ke Huy Quan for Everything Ever All at Once. Fuck yes.
The whole room popped off when this happened. We
Yeah.
all love this beautiful, beautiful man, and we're so happy to see him win. He won at the Golden Globes. He won here. He deserves it. After a long time of being out of film, his
Almost
first
20 years.
performance back, he deserves this wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's not she. I was looking at the Jamie Lee Curtis tweet. he he was his speech was so touching. It was so great. I think his speech at the Golden Globes was better because
Yeah, but
that one made me cry. But
that one made me cry too. But also, that was his first award.
yeah,
So
this one he was so like thankful. He thanked everybody. He thanked Steven Spielberg for casting him in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He thanked his wife, which was amazing. He made his whole speech was about like the American dream, and like it was such a great speech. It was so good.
yeah, it's good. And he was kind of like breaking up the whole time. You could tell that he was like just really happy in that moment.
He
It was
definitely
exciting.
he definitely loved doing that movie.
I
You
hope he
can see.
continues to love doing whatever he's in going forward
Yeah,
because
I hope
he
so.
he deserves it. As the rest of the cast, honestly, they all did great.
Yeah, they all did great. Most of the cast for everything ever all, most of the main cast for everything ever all at once won, except for one, Stephanie Sue, who was nominated alongside Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee
Yeah,
Curtis won that one. That was the next award.
yeah. This is my one award where like I don't know, yeah, like, I get it, and I think Jamie Lee Curtis 100% did a fantastic job in this movie. Don't get me wrong, and I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
It should have been
But
Stephanie though.
it should have been Stephanie though.
Yeah,
It really does feel like what they did with Leo. Where it's been so long. He's never been he never won. Jim Lee Curtis was never even nominated. Let's just give it to her. Let's give her that Oscar. Let's do it. And she. It's not to say her performance was bad. She totally worked hard. Her performance is great, and she deserves the recognition. Um, I just think Stephanie was a bit better.
yeah, I
And
agree.
it kind of sucks that she was put up against her co-star.
Oh well, it
I
is what
kind of
it is.
Yeah, because there's no way around it, right? You can't make it so it's limited to one per movie, because then it's not fair to those other actors.
Yeah,
It was just an unfortunate situation, but Jamie Lee Curtis was great, well deserved. I hope Stephanie gets more opportunities in the future now that this movie became the success that it is. Maybe she'll get more opportunities in the future to show her stuff and win an Oscar in the future. Who knows?
yep.
I definitely think the four leads here are definitely going to be in a lot more movies going forward. But yeah,
Anyways, moving on. The next two awards that were given out were the documentary awards. The winners were Navalny and An Irish Goodbye. We haven't seen either of them, so can't really comment.
yeah. Can't comment, but they were nice award speeches.
Yeah, they were really good award speeches. But the award given after that was for best cinematography, which rightfully went to All Quiet on the Western Front. Great cinematography on this movie. Great movie. All Quiet on the Western Front won a lot more awards than I thought it would.
Yeah, in one four, I think
I
overall.
think, yeah.
That sounds right. But yeah, this movie's great. I know it's kind of a joke, a bit of a meme. Like the war movie always wins. Sound to cinematography, just because they're so it's such a realistic sound to try to fake, and it's such a grim setting that you have to shoot in a way that looks visually appealing while also getting the icky feeling,
Yeah.
because war is war and it's not pretty, but the movie is shot very prettily. It's very beautiful to look at. um and this is no different. I think this movie's great. I think
Yeah.
it's shot great. And I honestly thought it would sweep more than it did, which is saying something because it did a lot already.
The presenters for this award were Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. And they surprisingly didn't make any jokes about Creed 3, even though they were both up there.
They are both up there, and they both kind of stood kind of awkwardly. Like I thought they were the whole time watching them, I felt like they were gonna make a joke.
But
Just,
instead,
just
Michael B. Jordan was just talking about because oh look, he's a director now, so now he knows about cinematography.
Yeah.
And he showed like some camera techniques and stuff. It was kind of cool. One thing that was really cool with this Oscars, I can't remember if they did this last year, but when they had the name of the award spelled out on the huge screen, behind it there were like all the previous winners. They were like flashing on the screen, and they did that for cinematography. There was like a little TV screen next to Michael B. Jordan, and it was showing a bunch of past winners of
Yeah.
cinematography. One of them being 1917, which was pretty funny. But yeah, moving on. So now we got best hair and makeup, makeup and hairstyling, whatever. Same thing. I just mixed it up. That went to The Whale.
Yep. You haven't seen The Whale yet, right?
No.
I've seen The Whale. I love The Whale. I think it's fantastic. This is kind of a, I don't want to say contentious pick, but it does have some people out there a little bit upset because of fat suits and everything.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure if I agree with this award either, because a fat suit is not makeup and hairstyling. That's costume. That would be part of best costume design, wouldn't it?
well, the fat suits are prosthetic, right? And that's kind of, I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, the face part, like the head, that's definitely with the makeup, but the rest of anything below the neck is a costume.
Yeah, which is, it wasn't nominated.
Yeah. The what were the nominees for this one?
It was All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Wakanda Forever, and Elvis. I think Elvis was the audience pick probably.
Yeah, this was my pick too. Was Elvis?
I think there's an argument you can make for the Batman, but I don't know.
Nah, not really. The example they showed on screen when they said the Batman was the Penguin's prosthetics, which is what I thought it would be for.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also make a an argument for Black Panther.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Like the whale winning is it's a good win. Like it was a good pick.
yeah. Like I wouldn't argue with it, but like the other option, it's a tight race, you know,
Yeah.
which is true of a lot of these awards. It's pretty tight.
But this one was one of the cringe moments because they cut off the speaker.
Yep.
They played her off the stage, and they made this joke at the beginning. Jimmy Kimmel made a joke at the beginning that if your speech takes too long, then they're gonna bring out the dancers from RRR to play you off. And well, they didn't bring out the dancers because obviously that was a joke, but they did play her off.
Yeah, that happened I think twice or three times, and I still don't like it. It still feels dirty to me whenever it happens.
Yeah.
I get it though. Like you don't want the show to go for too long. Every year the Oscars goes on past its runtime without fail.
Yeah, it was
So
supposed to end at 11:30. It ended at 12:30.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't 12:30. It was like
Yeah,
eleven
no, it was
forty-five. No,
12:30.
no, no, it wasn't. It was like 11:45.
Because I got home at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, I heard. I also got home late, man. Yeah, you know.
I'm sure you
Um,
did. I'm sure you did.
yeah, I get it, but I think especially in the cases where there was more than one person who was accepting that award, maybe give both people time to speak.
Yeah.
And like when the Daniels won their awards or when they went up to go speak anywhere, they did let both of them speak. So it's kind of weird that like they I don't think it's a pick and choose scenario. I think these people just got unlucky and they got played off, which sucks. But I hope they enjoyed their Oscar to win, enjoyed their moment being on stage, and were happy to accept their award.
Yeah. So the award that was given out after that was for best costume design, which was given to Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think yeah, that was my pick. Well, I had that and Elvis written down. But I think my main pick was Black Panther. This was good pick.
I think I
Uh
put Elvis. I don't remember. I don't have my list in front of me, but yeah, no, I think the costumes look good in Black Panther. I like not even just the superhero-y costumes, but I think even the like cultural costumes all look great. Like the cultural outfits, and they did a good job on nailing that aspect of representing the each culture in the movie, in each country in the movie. Well,
yeah.
I have no debate for this. I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, it's good.
Marvel movies don't tend to get awards But this one definitely deserved that.
Marvel movies usually only get best costume design. Usually,
I think like Logan is the only superhero movie aside from maybe The Dark Knight that got nominated for like best screenplay or something. I forget what
yeah.
Logan was nominated for, but like Logan
I
and The
think
Dark Knight
Logan
are
was
like
cinematography. I'm pretty sure.
maybe. But
Uh,
yeah,
and
like
I know the Dark Knight. Heath Ledger was best supporting actor.
you don't get a lot of cape shit at this show because the cape shit like animation is not cinema apparently.
Yeah, apparently not.
But moving on, we got more awards to talk about.
Yeah, so the next award was Best International Feature Film. Just like last year, Best International Feature Film is kind of a ditto category because whatever if there's an international film nominated for Best Picture, it's gonna win Best International Feature Film. There's no debate. It has to. Because if it doesn't, then that movie doesn't deserve to be in Best Picture, according to their logic.
Yeah, and so like in like the rare case, which has never happened, two movies from the international category are nominated for Best Picture, then maybe there's a conversation to be had. But in this case, it was just All Quiet on the Western Front. This movie was a Best Picture nominee, therefore Germany won. There was no contest,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks for the people playing the Oscars game. But but it's also a great movie, so like deserved, honestly.
Yeah, great is a really good movie. You know, every time the movie won an award, it played that one song from the movie, brr, brr, brr,
I'm gonna
every
play
single time.
the start of Metroid One.
That's-
I'm gonna die on that hill.
so
I
next,
think we skipped over
no,
best live action and best animated short film, I
no,
think.
that's next. That's right after.
Oh, is it? Okay, my Twitter is weird. All right.
Yeah. So next up is best the two short film categories: animated short film and documentary short film. The animated one was given to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, and the documentary was given to The Elephant Whisperers. Haven't seen either of these. Again, we didn't watch any of the short films.
They showed off some footage of the elephants, and I think they're very cute.
Yeah,
They were small little baby elephants, and
I
wanna
hope nothing bad
hug them.
happens to those elephants in the
Yeah, I would like
documentary.
to hug them if they wouldn't kill me on sight.
So now, what was given out right after, for best production design, again the war movie wins this one. All Quiet on the
Yeah,
Western Front, rightfully so, because the it's really hard to get an authentic looking war setting, and All Quiet on the Western Front does it perfectly. I don't like I don't know if the production design between All Quiet on the Western Front or 1917. I can't tell which one is better.
I'm gonna say 1917, but I don't know.
I think All Quiet on the Western Front portrays the ugly part of the war better, and 1917 is like the like rough as nails tough part of the war. This like the scary part.
Sure, I don't disagree.
Also, it's better in the cinematography for sure. 1917.
I
Uh,
want to talk about. Like, we haven't really been getting into them for all the categories, just because there's a lot of movies. But I want to talk about the other nominees for this one, only because this is a partially a joke. I know Avatar had a set, but does Avatar really deserve this
that's
nomination?
true. Yeah,
Like I know Avatar had to have had a set. Real people were there for the production of this movie. It's not 100% CG.
yeah, it was mocap. It's all mocap.
And I didn't see Avatar. I'm sure Avatar is beautiful. I'm sure the locations in Avatar are jaw-droppingly gorgeous,
They are.
but they're all CG. Does it really deserve to be on the same platform as something like All Quiet or my pick, Babylon? But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Avatar deserves this spot. It
Yeah,
didn't win, so it doesn't matter. But that's just my 2 cents being thrown out there.
and mentioning Avatar, because so we talked about this in the bonus episode that Marcel the Show with Shoes on, counts for best animated feature film, but why doesn't Avatar count?
I guess now's a good time to talk about that. Yeah, why does Marcel count, which is largely a live action movie aside from
The stop
Marcel?
motion used on the shell characters. That's it.
And like, yeah, it's impressive to look at for sure, and it is animated. But like the movie overall isn't animated. It's a live action movie with.
Like, is Avatar not animated? Is that what they're saying? Like, because CG is animation. That is animation. They're doing animation. Is it because it's all motion capture? But you're animating above the motion capture. So it's still being animated. All the backgrounds are animated. And they're animated beautifully.
This is a kind of a shitposty question, but it relates to the topic. Would you consider something like Space Jam an animated movie,
See, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, like, same with
or Looney
um
Tunes Back in Action?
Looney Tunes Back in Action, or um Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Are those
It's hard.
animated movies? You
I
know?
think the difference in what qualifies it as animation versus a live action movie is stuff like Looney Tunes Back in Action and Space Jam are drawn animated character or whatever, purely animated characters interacting in a live action setting versus something like Avatar, which yes, like their CG is plastered over their body, but it's still shot in live action with motion capture. Because where do you let's like here's the thing, right? And again, this is a shitposty example, but like the core of the technology that was used to animate something like Avatar is the same thing they did with like a Megan Fox in the Transformers movies. Is that animated? I don't think so. So I think I'm leaning I'm siding with the Academy on this one. Where I think the line in the sand, the definition of what's animated versus what's not animated, is something that starts 100% a cartoon or whatever, an animation, versus something like Avatar, which is shot and then enhanced later, right?
Yeah.
Because like the Marvel movies also fall in that category, right? Are Marvel movies animated? No, right? Like in Infinity War, like the Iron Spider is completely CG. Is Spider-Man animated in that movie? Like no, it's you know. So I think that's the line where like that's how we're gonna have to separate it. At least that's how I think the Academy is justifying it, is because Avatar was shot, whereas Bugs Bunny in Space Jam: A New Legacy is drawn or whatever. That's the difference.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's
With that
move let's
said, Marcel doesn't fall into either category because it's stop motion.
yeah, Marcel, well, Pinocchio is also stop motion.
Yeah, but they're different kinds of stop motion, right? Like Pinocchio is clearly an animated movie, whereas Marcel is an animated character in a live action setting. Anyway, this
Yeah.
is going on far longer than I wanted it to. But yeah, that's it's interesting to talk about. I think that's what the Academy is doing to do it.
Yeah. So next up we got the award for best original score, and it was given to All Quiet on the Western Front. This I don't agree with.
You know, like the intro to Metroid One.
No, I love the intro to Metroid One, but is that's it's like the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 argument. There's only one song.
It's a banger though.
It's yeah, there's only one song. It's a banger, but I think like I would take the soundtrack for Skyrim over the soundtrack for Spider-Man any day. That one song in Spider-Man is really really good. But what's better, one super good song or like 50 really good songs?
Yeah, I'm trying. Where are the other? Let me find the category. I know, like the Batman. Well, I don't think this was even nominated for this
It
category,
should have been. Yeah, we
but it
talked about it.
could have been. Yeah,
We talked about it in our bonus episode. The Batman really should have been nominated for this category. Best original score is like that was the Batman's category, and it got snubbed. It got snubbed for something stupid like, I don't know, fuck, the Fablemans.
yeah. Like Babylon is also like a really good choice here. I don't think I agree with this one very well. I like the song, but I think out of like you said, I think you know I'd rather have a full soundtrack of pretty good songs versus one really good song. You know.
Yeah, and like we know there's more songs than just brr, 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 and All Quiet on the Western Front. But the only thing you know from that movie is brr, brr, brr. Am I wrong?
I need to make you like after the recording. I need to make you listen to the intro to Metroid One. Just
I know the intro to Metroid.
Because I think you think I'm crazy for making that comparison.
No, I don't think you're crazy. You're right. It sounds like the intro to Metroid 1. Um but I think the win should have gone to Everything Everywhere All at Once or the
Yeah,
Banshees of Inisherin because I really like the I don't know what the name of the. It's like a guitar, but it's not actually a guitar. It's like a different kind of string instrument. I forgot what it's called, but like that instrument they used is great. Like the whole soundtrack is great. It's very touching, very slow, mellow. It's great. And then Everything Ever All at Once, like you got those like slower, mellow tracks, but then right after you got those huge bombastic tracks for the fight scenes, and then you got those mysterious otherworldly tracks when you show when you show those other universes going on. It's very there's the touching ones where they speak to like when the Michelle Yeoh speaks to her father, when she speaks to Baba, or when she speaks to Stephanie. It's all great soundtrack, and it just got snubbed for brr, brr, brr. I don't get it. It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
I think the Be Kind speech and Everything Ever All at Once is it might be my favorite scene in any movie ever.
Yeah.
And it only works the way it does because of the music. It's still not my pick, but just to say how good the score of Everything Everywhere All at Once is. I don't know if I agree with this pick. Not broken up about it, but I don't know if I agree with it either.
Yeah. But the moving on, the next award that was given out was for visual effects, and it was presented by Cocaine
Okay.
Bear.
I like how the Disgusting Films posted Cocaine Bear has arrived at the Oscars. And it's just this picture with no context is like the funniest like thing. Like you've seen it, we all watched it live, but like just imagine you're like just you're going about your day and you see this. Like I said that in Liv's DMs. This like it's so fucking funny.
Like the and they actually like this was a funny joke and it would have been cringe if it was for any other category, but it makes sense to put it in visual effects because later on after this was when like it was like the midpoint of the show, and this is when Jimmy Kimmel went in the crowd and did some jokes, and he was pointing out that like if it weren't for the visual effects team on a movie, Cocaine Bear would have looked like that. And
He
it's
looks
yeah, that
great,
makes
okay?
sense.
He looks good. He looks good. Okay, he did his best. He did his hair that morning. I respect it.
Let's hope that Cocaine Bear gets nominated for an Oscar next year.
Better. I want best picture.
Best Picture going to Cocaine Bear, and then the year after, Best Picture. Best Adapted Screenplay going to Cocaine Shark. We got to do that.
But the reason we're talking about Cocaine Bear instead of the winner of this category is because it's it's the VFX award. Avatar is nominated. That movie was made to win this award. There's nothing left to say.
I just saw a comment on Twitter was like because the tweets we retweeted from the Academy. It was like and the Oscar goes to Avatar: The Way of the Water for best visual effects, and one of the comments is that that movie looked so good it made me wish water was real.
So true. I was scrolling through because we're going off our Twitter post to know the order they did on the show, and after this was Rihanna's performance of "Lift Me Up," which made me remember that we didn't talk about the performances up to this point.
Oh,
I
that's
believe
true. Yeah.
they performed Natu Natu already at this point, and I think Lady Gaga had also already performed.
No, no, no. No, yeah, no, yeah. Lady Gaga was first, I think.
I don't think she was first, but she was definitely before Rihanna.
Oh no, no. Applause was first.
Yeah, I
Applause
have
from
no.
Tell It Like a Woman. That was first. That was a pretty good performance. I just like hold on. I could check the order. It's on our Instagram account because I posted about the performances.
Yeah, I believe they did Natu Natu next.
Yeah,
Then it was. Then it was.
yeah,
Lady
the first
Gaga.
performance was Applause. Oh, they by the way, if you guys don't know, if this was your first time watching the Oscars, they always perform the 5 nominees for Best Original Song. So that's what they did. So the first performance was Applause, uh, which was it was Diane Warren. Yeah, Diane Warren, I think was the one that performed. That's what it says on the website. So if I'm wrong, It's not me, okay? It says music and lyrics by Diane Warren, all right? um, and then after that was, oh yeah, it was the performance for This Is a Life from Everything Ever All at Once, a song that I forgot was in the movie. And the performer had the hot dog fingers.
Yep, and Stephanie Sue was on stage with him.
Yeah, she sang it. It was really great. And then, oh yeah, they brought back Jenny. They brought Jenny.
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't really Jenny.
Yeah, it wasn't really Jenny. They brought a random donkey and it said emotional support donkey.
They lied. They said it was Jenny.
I'm sure they couldn't. Jimmy Kimmel made a joke about getting Jenny on Spirit Airlines. I love Jenny. Jenny is the best donkey ever. They should have had an award for best animal.
They had to give best animal to Butkus every year, even though he's not around anymore.
And then they performed Natu Natu, which is great. I love RRR. I love Natu Natu. RRR is one of my new favorite movies right now. It's my second favorite musical right now. I love it. You should watch it.
The first time I saw Natu Natu, I heard it, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I need to watch RRR at some point.
It's so good. It's so good. And then they performed Lift Me Up and then Hold My Hand, I think, was the order.
I think Lady Gaga was before Rihanna.
Okay, it was Hold My Hand and then Lift Me Up.
I'm pretty sure.
Whatever. One of them performed and then the other one performed.
Yeah, I liked both. I thought they were both great.
Yeah, they were both really good performances. They're both like songs that were like in the credits of the movie. But still really, really great performances. This was like the first time Rihanna performed in like 10 years was at the Super Bowl. So, and like during the red carpet show, the hosts were like, "So, what are you most looking forward to this year?" And then everybody's like, "Oh, Rihanna! I can't wait to see Rihanna."
It was funny because, but I get it, right? Like, if Daft Punk ever reunites, I'm going to whatever event they're going to, even if I don't care about what the event is for. I just want to see Daft Punk live, It's like I get it.
It's like, oh no, I'm looking forward to seeing who wins Best Picture. I'm looking forward to seeing the awards. And no one said that. It was, oh, I want to watch Rihanna.
I mean, her performance is really good. I think the song is really good too. So
I'm biased because first, I don't like Lift Me Up, and second, I have no emotional connection to Rihanna whatsoever.
That's fair. I do like the Top Gun, like the song more, Lady Gaga song more.
Yeah, but I also, Hold My Hand.
I also prefer the other song in Top Gun Maverick. So
yeah,
that is biased though because it's a genre I prefer.
Moving on, the next award that was given out. We talked about all the performances, so this wasn't the next award, so let's just talk about who won Best Original Song. It was Natu Natu.
Deserved. Yeah, it was really good.
Very deserved. RRR should have gotten a nomination for Best Picture and Best Cinematography. It's such a good movie. I don't understand how it lost the nomination. I don't understand it. But the one award it did get nominated for, it did win, so I'm still happy.
I have nothing to say. I agree.
You should watch it. You should watch You should watch RRR.
Maybe I will tonight. We'll see.
If you watch it tonight, I want to watch it again. So watch it with me. But the award that was given after visual effects was best writing for an original screenplay, which rightfully was given to Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniels did a great fucking job with this movie. It couldn't have gone to anything else, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
The only thing that came close was the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, and I think that one was pretty close, but it just misses the mark a little bit.
Yeah,
we've talked about EEOOA a lot. They said that wrong. Whatever. EEEA.
No, it's EEAAO.
AAO. Okay, whatever. My brain's small. Yeah, it's really good. We've talked about that movie a lot, so you probably already know how we feel. It definitely deserves this award.
Yeah, check out our review on the movie if you want to hear more.
Yeah, and go see it for yourself if you haven't seen it for some reason.
Yeah, go watch it.
But
Seriously, for fuck's sake.
yeah, following original screenplay, we have best adapted screenplay. I thought warmovie.jpg had this one in the bag, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was Woman Talking.
Yeah, Woman Talking was adapted from a novel of the same name, and it was a pretty good adaptation. I liked the movie. It was a fun watch.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah. It was a obligatory women rights movement movie for the Oscars. There's always one, and this one was actually a good pick.
It was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good pick.
And
Uh,
speaking of picks I didn't see coming, we have best sound next.
yeah, best sound, which was the only award that was won by Top Gun Maverick.
Don't know. Okay, I love this movie. I'm a huge shill for this movie. People in my personal life are tired of me talking about three movies: any Spider-Man movie, a Rocky movie, or this one, because I talk about it constantly. I love Top Gun Maverick. I don't know if it was. I mean, I get the pick, but I had my vote on All Quiet.
I had mine on the Batman.
But this was great. Yeah, I get the sound in here. You know, the jets, the action. You know, they had to CG. What's the CG equivalent for sound? They had to like. There's a term for that.
Sound. It's called sound.
They had to create sounds to come out of Tom Cruise's mouth, so he wouldn't say things that can't be said on film because he's weird and he's Tom Cruise.
Everybody at the Oscars was talking about Tom Cruise saving cinema. That's such a huge stretch. I don't know if that's true.
I agree to a point because Top Gun Maverick did bring people back to theaters after COVID. Like movies came out before Top Gun Maverick. Obviously, you know it came out two years into COVID. You know movies came out, but everybody thought it was going to be Tenet that quote unquote revived cinema. It was going to be Nolan, and then they thought it was going to be a Marvel movie. But it always just barely didn't reach those numbers that they wanted it to. And then Top Gun Maverick happened, and everybody went to go see Top Gun Maverick. You listening right now, you may not have seen Top Gun Maverick, but you've seen Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. Like, I think like it's not just Tom Cruise, right? There's like
No,
like you mentioned with Marvel. I think that like Phase 4 trailer that was like "See you at the movies" that brought up back some more hype of going to the movies after COVID.
Maybe, but this one is the one that like got the numbers though.
Yeah,
Like
it
Top
definitely
Gun
got the
Maverick
numbers.
did beyond what was expected of it in terms of sales, and it was in theaters for a long time.
It was, and it got 3 different reruns. At least where we live over here, it got 3 different reruns.
Like Avatar is still doing its theatrical run, but like this movie is probably gonna have been in theaters for longer than Avatar.
You know what I watched? Okay, so there's this YouTuber. His name is the Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Yeah, I know Marcus.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it for people who don't know him.
Yeah,
He makes really good videos. His name's Marcus. He makes really good videos. You guys should check him out. He's really funny. Today he posted a video talking about like the MCU fatigue and how bad Phase 4 was. And he said something that I didn't even notice, and I completely agree. It's that if you watch any Phase 4 movie by yourself on your TV at home, you realize that there's so many like points in the movie where no one's talking and it's super quiet, and those points are meant for the theater to be like, yeah, And if you watch that at home, it's just so awkward because you're like Tobey Maguire comes out of the portal and it's just like
there's
like
a pause.
5 second long dolly shot just zooming into his face and nobody's saying anything, and then it cuts to MJ and Ned, and they're just like, oh my god. It's like, what? It's meant for the theater. When you watch that at home, you're just like, what move on. What is this, all this empty space? It's so awkward. I never even noticed that.
Well, you don't notice it because you're watching it in theaters for the
Yeah,
most
and
part.
so you watch it in theaters, And
But
then
that
you got that
changed.
huge blowout, like whoa, like when Mr. Fantastic showed up in Multiverse of Madness, and the whole theater was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But then I go like I haven't rewatched the movie, but like he showed the clip in the video. It was like, and he was like, I'm gonna play the clip, just the audio of the movie, nothing else. It's as if you're watching the movie, and it's just it's like and the smartest man in the world, what Reed Richards, and then he shows up, he closes the portal. It's like a dolly shot zoom in on his face for like 5 seconds, and then he's like, "Hello, doctor."
Marvel movies now, especially post Endgame, which is weird because Endgame's Endgame, right? But like now it's like they're shot like they're events.
Yeah,
They're not presented to you like a movie. It's like you're reading a comic book event, you know? And
yeah.
it's weird when you notice things because now you're aware of it, and it's gonna bother you next time. And unlike a movie like Top Gun Maverick,
Yeah.
which if you're not screaming, it's screaming at you. So
Which is why it
there's
won Best Sound.
there's no time to stop and gawk because while you are, Tom Cruise is doing some other crazy shit and he's yelling at you while you're gawking, you know. So
All right. Well, the next we got off topic there, so let's
yeah,
move
it's
on.
like
If, you guys should watch Cosmonaut Variety Hour. Great guy. Um, so moving on, the next award that was given out was for directing. All right, this was given to the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Very deserved, great award, great movie, great everything. It was best fucking
yeah,
movie ever made.
great pick. But this is when the show kind of ended for me. We talked about it while it was happening, but like by this point, this movie won best editing, it won best directing. Spoilers, it's gonna win best
Best picture.
leading actress and one best supporting actor, one best supporting actress. Those are the big ones. It has to win best picture, right? So that I'm like, okay, yeah, like it won. Like there's no, you don't win best editing and direction
And not win Best
and
Picture.
not win best picture. Especially you don't win best editing, direction, and performances and not best picture.
But it's okay because there was only 3 awards left by this point.
There were 3 awards left, and I wanted this movie to win best picture, so I didn't. Whatever, I don't mind. But like, it did take me out of the show a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, it won, you know.
Yeah.
But moving on, we have something not everything everywhere all at once related, because we have best leading actor. That movie doesn't have one. This category was safe from the Daniels. Um, and Lib and I did not agree on who we thought would win, but Brendan Fraser won, who was my pick. Won for The Whale.
Yep.
I'm very, very happy he won. His speech made me a little emotional. I'm really happy he bounced back. You know, because for those who don't know, I'm not gonna get into it here. It's not the place for it. But if you know, seeing him on this stage accepting this award just feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that wasn't my pick. Like I really thought it was gonna be Austin Butler. I was so sure that it was gonna be Austin Butler that I was gonna put money on it. You know, like that's how sure I was. I would have put money on it if I could, because it's an Oscars performance. Like Elvis was Oscar bait, and spoiler alert, didn't win any Oscars.
Good, I'm happy. But yeah, it is Oscar bait, and Austin Butler was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but Brendan Fraser had this in my heart.
Yeah, it was a good pick. And then moving on to Best Actress in a Leading Role. Again, I really thought it was going to be Kate Blanchett for Tar.
You know, I was there from frame one. Michelle Yeoh, my
Michelle
goat,
Yeoh.
and she also gave a beautiful speech.
Yeah, she gave a great speech. I can't wait to see her and Ke Huy Quan in Americans. What was it called again? Americans Born
American Ra-
Chinese.
American, I think it's American born or American raised Chinese. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
no, it was American Born Chinese. That's what it was. Yeah.
It's gonna be nice to see them again. Stephanie Sue as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Disney Plus. I can't remember if it was a movie or a show, but it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, she really deserved this. Again, this is also her first Oscar,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
true.
crazy because she's been in the industry for so long. Um, but yeah, deserved. She gave this beautiful speech about, you know, never feeling like you've aged past your prime, and give a beautiful speech. My God, for women and the Asian community and just everybody. It felt good. It was a nice speech. Mayhaps my favorite speech of the night.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Mayhaps.
mayhaps. And now
Okay, we have the big one
the big one, the close off for the night, Best Picture.
presented by
Oh yeah, presented by
Harrison Ford.
yeah, and he got up there and he was like, "So here is the award for Best Picture."
Best fucking movie.
And then, like, as soon as he said eh, everybody
Yeah,
in the room, we were just like, yes.
we all popped off. It was a wild.
It was recorded. It's on our Instagram story. Check it out. But it was just everything ever all at once wins Best Picture this year. Predicted and deserved.
It was nice to see everybody run up on stage too. Harrison Ford and Ki Kwan got to share a little hug.
Yeah, because they shared the screen in Indiana Jones, and it was really cute. Also, Ki Hoi Kwan and Brendan Fraser shared the screen as well at one point. I forgot what
Yep,
the name of the
and
movie was.
at one point, Ki Kwan went running up to Spielberg during the show and gave him a hug and stuff, and it was cute.
Yeah,
It was a nice show for a big day for the fans of Everything Everywhere All at Once.
yeah, and now I can't wait for everybody next year to be like, that movie was so overrated. It won too
Oh,
many
it's already
awards.
happening. It's already happening.
Yeah, so Everything Everywhere All at Once won a grand total of 7 awards that night. Not the most a movie has ever gotten awarded for, but it's tied for third or second or something like that.
It won a lot, and it's the most awarded movie ever.
Yeah, that's true. It's the most awarded movie ever.
It was that before the Oscars too, which is nuts. But now it's like
That plus
settled.
7, you know. And there were 4 movies that were nominated for Best Picture that didn't win any awards. There's Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, The Fablemans, and Tar didn't win anything.
3 of those movies being fantastic, like 4 to 5 5-star movies,
Yeah, and one of them being Elvis.
and one of them being Elvis. But that goes to show just how tight the race was. Very very solid year for the Oscars. Very solid for the show and for the awards. I had a great time.
Yeah, there's a great photo of all of the acting award winners all together, and it's just like 3 of the cast, Everything Everywhere All at Once, plus Brendan Fraser.
He'll be in the next one.
He'll be in Everything Everywhere All at Twice.
All twice.
All at Twice. And yeah, that was the show.
Great, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great. And at the end of the show, Jimmy Kimmel, he did a great like closing speech. It was great. It was really funny. And at the end, there was like the last shot was him going up to a board that says like number of Oscars shows without an incident 0. He changed it to 1.
Yeah, because we all thought they were gonna
Joke about the slap.
joke about the slap, and they did. They took a couple of shots. They took a couple of shots at Will across the show.
Like I think that's the most I've ever laughed at the Oscars was that closing speech by Jimmy Kimmel. It was that last part where he changed the sign for Oscars without incidents, but also where he was like, "Good job, Crisis Crew. You guys did good. You did your job. You're getting a bonus next month."
That was good. I honestly I thought they were gonna make more jokes about it, and maybe if this was last year they would have. But I'm happy they didn't, because not to slap a dead horse or anything.
They did everything pretty much by the book this year, which is good. That's what I've been wanting from the Oscars, and it was a really fun show. And I honestly think this is the best Oscars show of the 2020s, even though there's only been 3. But
I
best.
agree.
I think it's like, yeah. Let's extend it to 2010s because those Oscars weren't that amazing either. So I think it's the best Oscars of the 2010s of the past 2010. I even think it's better than the 2020 Oscars. And the 2020 Oscars were fucking amazing. Like that was the one with 1917, Jojo Rabbit, Parasite, all those great movies. Like
It's definitely the most fun I had watching the Oscars in a good while.
yeah, it was great. Pleasantly surprised on how good this Oscars was. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're not going to be talking about TV shows, and we're not going to do backlogged this episode. So we're gonna do that next episode, where we will be talking about Creed 3 and Superbad. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked it and you want to hear more, then make sure to follow us on whatever app you're using to listen to our lovely voices right now. If you're listening on Spotify, then make sure to scroll down and tell us what you thought about the episode in the little Q&A box. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. We just want to hear your opinion. Same thing goes if you're watching us on YouTube. Scroll down to the comments and let us know what you think. And if you want to let us know about what movie we should do next, you could do that on our form on the Linktree, linktr.ee/fresh-off-the-reel, no spaces, no caps. You can fill out that form to recommend us a movie or a TV show, and then we'll make an episode about it. On that Linktree, you could also find our socials, the Twitter and the Instagram, and our Letterboxd accounts to keep up with what movies we've been watching. But with that being said, that's going to be it. So we will see all of you in a theater near you. Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.
The sound test has begun.
This is a test of sound. I'm currently scrolling down the Fresh Off the Reel Twitter to find the start. Alright, the first one was animated picture.
Yeah. James Gunn is officially directing Superman Legacy. I'm just reading the first thing that showed up on Twitter for the sound test.
True. He is directing that.
Shazam Fury of the Gods got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad.
That's gonna drop by 20% when it officially releases to the public.
I didn't watch the first one. I have no idea.
First one's fine. I'd recommend the first one.
What the fuck?
What?
Ice Age is 21 years old today.
That upsets me.
Oh,
I was there. I was there, Lib.
I was only a few months off. I was only a few months off from being there. Oh wow.
I'm upset. I guess that's a test of sound.
Yeah, that's the sound.